Hello, everybody! Synesk111 here, and welcome back to more Civilization VII. Before we get started, I would like to offer my apologies for the problems that occurred near the end of my Gilgamesh playthrough, including that one part in the finale where the game was being unresponsive. So, for those who don't know what I'm talking about, at roughly the 4-minute mark in the video, you guys couldn't see it, but there was a message box telling me that the game was having trouble responding to my actions. Likely because there were a lot of moving parts at one time, both within my empire and across the world. And I will admit that I was trying to push for just 10 parts due to how short it took me to get through the Antiquity Age, unexpectedly. But I will do better and take my time when needed, and it hopefully will not reoccur in future games. Like this one. Now, I had a poll about which leader I should play as next last week, and the winning result was Isabella! I'll be honest, I was sort of expecting Isabella to win the poll due to her appearing in nearly every mainline Civilization game, with 1 and 6 being the only ones she is absent from. But I also was suspecting that, if the Civilization VII wiki is correct, she has a huge starting bias towards natural wonders, since that is what her leader ability, 7 Cities of Gold, is all about. We gain 100 gold per age every time we discover a natural wonder, doubled if it is in distant lands. We get 50% tile yields, plus 50% tile yields from natural wonders for every natural wonder in our empire. We get plus 50% gold towards purchasing naval units, and it costs 1 less gold to maintain naval units every turn. Okay, so since Isabella is expansionist economic, I think I'm gonna do the Groma and the Complaint to Ian Nasir mementos, since they will give us 1 expansionist and economic attribute point, respectively, at the start of each age.
Plega a Dios que yo reine, y que este su reino se acreciente sobre la tierra. ¿Se hará igual con el de vos?
Okay, so the Antiquity Age civilizations that are recommended to me are Carthage, Egypt, and Greece. But we have done Carthage as Edward Teach already, and I don't really feel like playing as Egypt just yet. I think I am going to do Greece for the Antiquity Age, because I have played it a whole lot on my own time, with Benjamin Franklin and a few other leaders, but I have yet to do a recording of me playing as Greece. I'm gonna do Terra Incognita for the map type this game, because the distant lands are going to be unpredictable, and I think that would make finding natural wonders in distant lands a bit easier, since Isabella's leader ability will work pretty nicely the more natural wonders we find and settle near. And with that, I say we go ahead and begin! Well, at least after the loading screen is passed.
Isabella of Castile, you united your kingdoms under one crown, and set sail the voyages that were to reshape the world. Guide your people to the wonders and riches that the world contains, and maintain your firm hand, lest they stray. Give the order, Queen, that we may see what the world has to offer. Out of many sources, militaristic Sparta, erudite Athens, wealthy Corinth, comes the rich bounty of Greece. Wielding poetry sharper than a hoplite's spear, The writers and thinkers of Greece describe the beauty and nature of the world, even as the phalanx begins its march. Guide them in their quest for glory and fame.
Okay, after a quick check to see if I was recording, I say we are good to go. And look at what natural wonder we have settled near already. Or settling near. It's the Grand Canyon. +1 science on improvements on flat terrain in this settlement. Okay, I wanna go ahead and use up these attribute points before I forget. Okay, I'm good to go ahead and produce my first scout.
The radiance of the new.
We got agriculture done already. And pottery will be next. You can see here that we already have the ability to produce a hoplite. Tier 1 Greek unique infantry unit, +2 combat strength if adjacent to another hoplite. I'm just gonna have this scout explore for a little bit. Already I can see the coast. Hopefully this won't lead us to just a great big lake. I do see a potential peninsula up there that the scout is heading down. Unless it could be another... Or at least it could be part of the landmass. And... Hatshepsut. I was just thinking about her right before I started hitting the record button for this video. I guess because I was talking about Egypt briefly earlier. And Isabella was a recommended leader to be playing Egypt as. But I think I'm gonna get my scout away from this hostile independent power. I don't know if I want to befriend it yet. I think it may be a good idea in case Hatshepsut's Egypt is near it. Where could her scout be at? I don't know. Okay, well here's a scout coming from Megiddo. Moved my hoplite right near a volcano, which could erupt at any moment and cause some damage to it. That could potentially be troubling. I've already accumulated the influence to support a cultural exchange with Hatshepsut. Because that's what Greece's passive ability does. It gives us +3 influence on the palace.
I protect thee.
We've completed chiefdom. I think I'm gonna do discipline next, before moving my hoplite away from that volcano. And the government... I am kind of tempted to go for oligarchy because Isabella is an expansionist. You know what? Yeah, I'll go for oligarchy. Toolmaking, charismatic leader. I think I'm gonna do toolmaking for right now. Okay, so this is looking to be like a little expansion of the landmass, like a little peninsula, unless I may be coming across a potential connection, but I won't know for sure if I'm still here. May want to go towards it, and yep, these lands are connected.
Makata, pintor, revolusyonaryo.
Jose Rizal of the Tongan Empire. I'm going to do a neutral greeting for him, too. Not really sure how well the three of us will get along. But I hope for our sake it's good. Okay. Explorers have recovered the obscure writings of a local sage. Poetic ruminations on death stained with tears. Study the text or sell reproductions. Studying the text will give us happiness and culture. Selling reproductions will get us gold. I kinda need the gold. Isabella is economic, after all. Okay, I do have enough influence to support this cultural exchange from Jose Rizal, thankfully. It's going to get our culture up quite a bit. For a number of turns.
The cage, but
Also, I'm hearing some drums in the background, which are likely a result of me meeting the Tongan Empire. Sailing, I think it would be a good idea if I researched that. Okay. And the reason for that is because Isabella was the leader of Spain for a time. I was right about Hatshepsut being near Megiddo. Okay, I'm gonna have to save up as much influence as I can to befriend him. Maybe I can get a gift, at least, if she chooses to befriend it. I may want to settle my second town right over here, where the Grand Canyon is. Because that would mean more space for me to grab the tiles of the Grand Canyon with.
do nothing.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3. I can actually grab the entire Grand Canyon within Atheni. Queen of Two Crowns. Isabella hears the call of the divine more in silences than in languages. She holds the world in her hands, contemplating where she will be called to seek its future. Well, on the sea it is. Because I have sailing researched right now. Jose wants to open borders. Well, wants me to open my borders with him. I will do because I don't... Well, I do have the influence to reject it, but I kind of need the gold. Who knows? It could do something pretty useful. Okay, we already have an army commander with us. Okay, I was just letting you listen to the music of the beautiful Tongan music with these voices. But we now have another civilization to meet.
So, here we meet. And I gotta ask myself, you gonna be my friend or my foe?
Harriet Tubman of the Axumite Empire. Okay. I've played as Axum before, with a few leaders, including Edward Teach. And it would be really good if you were going for an economic... if you were going down multiple economic paths per age. But that's actually pretty much all I have to say about it. We researched sailing, and our quest is complete. Isabella's artisans collaborate to find the best way to access the sea. Finally, carved wood and woven sails ride the winds across the waves. Well, isn't that coincidental wording? And because it's actually occurring around... well, not around, but about a month and a half after Pokemon Wind and Waves was announced, too. Among her sundries, a merchant has long held an assortment of texts in an unusual script. Wary of what they might say, she offers the manuscripts to any who is willing to take them. I think I'm gonna give the strange texts for a scholar to study. I've already accumulated a lot of gold, and I still would like to use some of that gold to purchase something very useful and very expensive, if I need it. Thank you very much. I think I may just keep training hoplites in the event that I don't know what to produce in Athenai. Okay, we've met Yilan, which is another hostile independent power, and Tiwanaku, which is a friendly one.
There is another one.
This is all making it pretty difficult for me to know for sure which independent power I'd like to befriend. Hatshepsut's not going after Megiddo yet, which is okay. It is a diplomatic independent power after all. I don't know if I want to do anything diplomatic just yet. Okay, we can get a Pantheon now since we've completed Mysticism. Okay, it all depends on what my capital's things are. It's only got these three improvements, it looks like. I think I'm going to do Goddess of the Harvest, which will give us +1 food on farms, pastures, and plantations and settlements with an altar. Plus it gives us a warehouse bonus.
You ask for what reason I stay on the Green Mountain. I smile, but do not answer.
We've got us another natural wonder discovered. Zhang Jiaji. Of course, that's gonna provide us with some additional gold. Pretty good lump sum, even though it's only just 100. No, not 100. I think it was 50 gold. Oh no, it's 100. I was right the first time. Doesn't hurt to make sure. Okay, so that means the scout up there has died. But I'm not giving up on discovering what's new in the homelands just yet. Gonna produce me another new scout. Then we will continue exploring this land. Say you're attempting to hinder my public morale. Unfortunately for you, I have more than enough influence to reject the action. Sorry. Okay, hoplite is complete. I thought I could use my hoplite to reinforce my army commander, but I need to be in friendly territory for that to happen. Okay, I could have my settler found a new settlement right here. It is recommended because of the specific features and resources. You know what? Sure, I'll do it. And our new settlement's name is Konossos. And I see there's gold nearby. Definitely one for the taking. Hatshepsut wants a cultural exchange with me. Definitely a supportable cause. Altar would be pretty good to have right here. Our new scout is ready. You can go out exploring. You've already explored up there. As much as I would love to go for this discovery, I don't think it would be worth the risk of potentially getting him done in by the two hostile powers that we've met up there. No thanks. Hatshepsut wants open markets. Sure. I wouldn't say I'm desperate for gold, but it would still be pretty nice to have. Now, I'm assuming that once I hit auto-explore once again, it is going to have the scout keep going in the direction I keep sending him. May want to give that a try once this turn is up. Riding is complete. A new continent, and its name is Panotia. Good. The Blind Poet. A Greek poet begins composing an epic work about war and conflict. Many enjoy his work, but some prefer a more adventurous tale. War lays bare the soul of humanity. Only through wandering can one learn oneself. They give us culture and science respectively. I'm doing pretty good on culture compared to science. I think I can give science a leg up. Jose is now attempting to hinder my civic study. Oh. That's 60 influence I would like to spend anywhere else, but not here. I think I'm gonna do irrigation next. It's definitely gonna take a while for me to gain all that influence back, and it looks like my theory of hitting auto-explore in the same direction the scout is going is right. And there is a flood right where the scout is standing. Brilliant. He's going near that volcano now. Not ideal. Not an ideal place for him to be. Okay, he's going down here now, right by Tiwanaku. I will get a library right down next to this altar. Oh, jeez, we got swordsmen possibly from... Oh, Megiddo. I should have been wary that you'd do that. Oi. I was going to save my troops for in case I go to war with anyone, but given that Egypt, Hatshepsut, is friendly with us at the moment, I don't think that's going to be happening with her in the near future. But that could change. That could change. A battlefield nourishes the soil with iron. Deep within the layers of earth, life begins anew. Remnants of the human cost of war feed into an endless cycle of loss and revival. That gives us 100 gold. We are past 750 gold. Okay, that's giving me an offer between a codex and some influence. I am actually going to take the influence this time because I do want to settle somewhere down here, and if I get too close to Tiwanaku still being an independent power, it's going to become hostile to us. So I think it's best to go ahead and befriend Tiwanaku while it's still friendly, and while there's no other leaders going for it. I want my army commander. For you to go over here. Actually, I did hear a sound earlier that means that I can give you a promotion. I think I'm going to do Steadfast in the Bastion tree. Gives us +2 combat strength for land units within the command radius when we're defending.
The essence.
It's proven to be useful this one time. And there we go. Invaders repelled successfully. I'm gonna do Writing Mastery, since I turned down the offer for the Codex earlier.
Remain less.
Public life is complete. I'm actually gonna pack all these hoplites into my army commander again. I don't see an option to rest and recover here. I'm presuming it's gonna happen in the next turn. But I think I'm gonna go for one of these unique Greek civics. Ecclesia and Agoge. Ecclesia will give us the Odeon, and Agoge will give us the Parthenon. I am going to do Agoge first of these two policies. We love the Council Day. That means we've triggered a celebration. I could go for food, but I think buildings are what we need more of at the moment. And I am going to do Priesthood for +2 gold in all settlements. So good to see my treasury doing pretty nicely this early in the game. Okay, I could probably do Greece's unique district in one of these 3 tiles right here where the farms are at. I think it would be a good idea to do it right here, but for now I'm going to do a garden on this tile adjacent to it. And I will have a clay pit be built right here. Gosh, it doesn't look like I'm going to have that many tiles going into the coastal marine ones. Or I don't think I'm going to have my territory go ahead and sink into these coastal marine ones at the moment. But once I do, it is going to be nice to have a bunch of naval units going around, since that was one of Spain's things. Or maybe once I have this settlement right down here, I could go ahead and construct a bunch of coastal marine buildings. Tiwanaku has presented a gift of 25 science to us. gonna get masonry done faster, at least. That's nice. And Hatshepsut is inviting me to start a cultural exchange. Happily accepted. Harriet Tubman is inviting me to share military aid. I'm not really looking to go to war with anyone at the moment, so I think I'll just accept for the gold. It does mean she's gonna get +2 combat strength for her units. So we'll want to be careful about that. I think the effects of an endeavor, should it apply, will actually carry over during wartime. But I don't quite have enough experience to verify that yet. Just gonna construct another hoplite to be safe. Now, constructing is for buildings, training is for units. I got the two mixed up again. Okay, we have our first coastal tile of the game right here. Pretty fortunate that I was able to get one for Atheni. And what can we do next? I think I'm going to do bronze working next. Once it's completed, I could upgrade the hoplites that are packed within my army commander, and the one that had just now been completed. Okay, there. That's our fully packed commander, minus the 2 locked units.
If you think
minus the 2 unit slots. I'll be able to unlock them at a much later time through one of the promotions. What's it called? Regiments. It's also gonna make reinforcements faster for this commander. Open markets? Definitely. Well, there's only one turn left until Tiwanaku becomes a city-state. I think I'm gonna get another settler queued up to settle right down here before anyone else gets to it. Okay. That's Tiwanaku under our suzerainty. And that also means that we have met Amina of the Sia Empire, which is a kingdom of Proto-Korea. Once again, neutral greeting because I want to save up the influence for something I really want in the long run. And we have to choose a suzerain bonus. How many codices do we have? Okay, just one. So... do I want the step pyramid? The step pyramid will give us +2 science and +1 happiness for every adjacent river tile. It must be placed on an existing improvement on tiles with a natural happiness yield. The only rivers I'm seeing in my empire are the ones in Knossos. You know what? I think I'm just gonna receive a free codex to make up for the one that I rejected earlier. I do have an attribute point to spend, but we'll get to that soon. The best and the brightest. This city will be home to the best and brightest, with the library as the epicenter of discourse, serving as a place of research. Scholars will be made here, and they shall usher in a new wave of discovery. Choosing research is worth little without application will give us production from libraries. Giving study all the time it needs will give us 25 science immediately. It would get us closer to researching bronze working. I would choose research as worth little without application should I want a lot of cities. And by a lot I mean 2 or 3. Maybe 4. I think I'm gonna give study all the time it needs. Okay, that reduced our number of turns to complete bronze working from 7 to 5. Which is good. And we got a diplomatic attribute point, which I will spend on +1 influence per age on the palace. Influence is Greece's main thing, after all. Hatshepsut wants me to open my borders to them. I appreciate the gold, buddy. Amina invites me to share military aid. I will accept it for the gold. And speaking of which, I have passed 1,000 gold, as you can see up there. More diplomatic actions to respond to. I will accept it for the influence. There could be more city-states out there for me to become Caesarian of. And open markets with Amina. Supported. Okay. I don't know if Hatshepsut is going after... Well, yeah, she is, but she is going to befriend them. Yilan... Nobody has even touched yet. I may consider going for befriending them next. And that means I could potentially unlock the Shawnee, but I'm leaving the Shawnee business to Tecumseh.
He heard these horrors and his...
Okay, that's bronze working complete. And I think I am going to go ahead and end off this part. I may only have 2 settlements at the moment, but I will be yearning for more pretty soon. Especially with this settler now being produced. If worse comes to worse, I could settle right on this narrow strip of land. And this land will provide more potential riches for me to exploit, though it would come at the cost of angering Amina and especially Harriet Tubman. I'll have to look into what I can do about that to ease the tensions. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next part. Bye!